On this episode of Designing Spaces Luxury Edition, new innovations in precast concrete, unique wooden art for your home, and the benefits of building a modular home, plus a whole lot more. Looking for new stair railings for your porch? Or maybe you want to add character to your home with window moldings. If it's time to make some updates to the look of your home, it's also time to consider precast concrete.
A lot of people have a misconception that precast is only for mansions, maybe because it replicates natural limestone, which is usually 3 times the cost of our stone. Precast is a good alternative to using other building materials because it increases the value of your home rather than just using all brick. With limestone, they have to cut out those profiles from a natural stone. We have the CNC machine, which we make the molds and we pour into it to get that profile that the customer wants.
I have about 25 years in the construction industry. We used to build houses, we used to develop, and I guess it was 07, 08, I kind of got tired of the construction industry and I wanted to pursue a different business. Me and my wife went to Florida and we were looking at precast in Florida because we were building a new house. And I just fell in love with the coral finish, with the precast business. I just fell in love with it. And here we are, 15 years later.
When you're talking about outdoor construction, your biggest consideration is Mother Nature. How will the products stand up to heat, cold, or more?
Our mix is a monolithic pour. It's the same finish all the way through. Our competitor, they use rock chips and more aggregate with a pasted finish. We get a fine sand that is dredged from a lake. It's actually what stands apart between us and our competitors. We can make 3 finishes, acid wash, coral, or limestone with numerous of colors. We could even match custom colors if needed. Our product stands up to the freezing weather in the Northeast just because of all the materials that we put in, the chemicals and everything that helps it withstand the freezing climate and the changing in the weathers with summer, spring, fall, and winter. You never have to worry about spalding or cracking or anything like that.
We're located in New York. Everything is manufactured right here in our 25,000 square foot facility. We ship the entire country. Our balusters are in stock and we ship all over the place.
We have people here that we have a design team that can draw up and give them renderings of what the house will look like. We can give them different ideas of how it'll look if you were to use, say, stucco with our stone.
Basically, the maintenance of the precast is just pressure wash it like you would your concrete driveway. That's it. You shouldn't have to paint it. You shouldn't have to do anything to it except pressure wash it every couple of years.
Visit their website, coralcast.com, if you'd like more information on new home updates. Or watch this segment again at designingspaces.tv. A cool leather and wood tray for the dining room table or a reclaimed wood American flag for the backyard. Everyone wants to decorate their home with pieces of decor that sets their house apart from the rest. Everyone wants a conversation piece, but where do you get one?
In about 2003 is when I initially took a trip to Colombia and started importing home decor and working with different artisans over there. I was actually in the teaching field, worked in a middle school, coaching and all that, and then moved back here and realized that's what I wanted to do. Wanted to get out of teaching and then started thinking about how I could make it work. And then in 2006 started a contracting business, which then fast forward turned into Restoration Oak in about 2010.
If you're looking for a unique piece of furniture or a one-of-a-kind mirror that you can't find online, it's time to visit Restoration Oak.
Customers will find really unique pieces in our store. Everything here is handmade. Everything has a story to it and a story behind it because these are made by artisans in all different parts of the world. So we get a few things from Colombia, we get some things from Bali, a lot from Indonesia in general, Brazil. And each of these pieces are handmade by the artisans who really do a lot in terms of putting their heart and soul into the pieces. And you see that in the workmanship and the quality of the product. And it's much different than something that's mass produced. You can see the quality in these pieces.
When I started the business, started as being sustainable. So I work with a clay product on these walls, with paints, zero VOCs. Just because being in the field and working as a contractor, the last thing I want to do is inhale chemicals and be around toxic stuff. So in my mind, I said, let's start with eco-friendly, over 10 years ago. And then when I started going to this part of the business, I said, let's continue it. And, we sourced reclaimed wood. We're in the process now of going from log to actual furniture from local trees in the area, and just keeping everything as sustainable as possible.
With the addition of their new sawmill, Restoration Oak can take a downed tree from someone's backyard and create something incredible, unique, and extremely personal.
The sawmill is going to give us raw materials, or any materials we need. We don't have to go through a middleman, so we can stop going to the lumber yard. We can make our own material. So I think if someone's going to come to us, they're going to get a quality product.
You surround yourself with things that you love in your home. And every time you look at one of these pieces, if it brings you a little bit of happiness or joy, then that makes us happy.
Ready to decorate your new home? Let nature be your canvas with Restoration Oak. Visit their website, restorationoak.com, or see this segment again at designingspaces.tv. Everyone wants the perfect house to come home to. A place where kids can grow up, family can gather, friends can have fun. But more importantly, everyone wants to build that home and save money. That's why Mark Ergola and Mark Stefanelli have joined together to form Modular Building Systems, a company focused on simplifying the building process.
The total package for the modular construction, or any construction, consists of a site plan, floor plans and elevations, engineering plans if needed, and we also bring the three-dimensional image also. Because we do all that, the homeowner doesn't have to do any of that. We have the professional staff to do all the necessary permitting, research, and development, so the homeowner doesn't have to do it.
One of my biggest misconceptions, I think, was I was under the impression modular homes are very cookie cutter, everything is kind of the same, and you just have option like A, B, or C. Is that not the case?
That is not the case. A lot of times when people, again, have a certain piece of property, there's only a certain size we can do on every property. So what I like to do is get some homes or footprints that I've had and get you started. So hey, look, you want 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. I want my kitchen in the back because I have the water view. So we start with basic information of what is specific to your lot. So I might show you some stock plans that we have. It's just a starting point and helps you visualize, and then you customize where you want. I mean, it's limitless.
So why do you think it's more efficient to control the budget with a modular home?
Well, in any project, there's a specific set of plans that's set for conventional or modular.
Yeah.
With modular, though, once that set of plans is specified, that is built in a factory, in a controlled environment. Everything we do is set with no weather delays, no shortages of labor. So that product is delivered to your specifications for the price that was quoted onto the site. No questions asked.
Why is it faster to build a modular house?
As the site work is being done on the job site, foundation, basements, pilings, we are building the actual house at the same time. So literally that foundation could be done on a Monday, the house could be delivered on a Tuesday and set. So from conventional, you have a foundation, it might take you 6 to 8 months to frame, sheetrock that house. We're delivering it the day after. So as a controlled environment allows us to build a home within 9 business days, the average home being 3,000 square feet and under.
The home building process is always easier when you've got a team of professionals to handle the hard stuff.
With the experience of myself and Mark Ergola Enterprises, we both have the experience to know that by designing this home in a certain way, it could be very efficient for, number 1, transportation, number 2, cost efficient, because between the two of us, we know the size and shape of the units that need to be delivered, and by doing it in the right way, you can actually save a lot of money and time efficiency and get a great product.
What are the customization capabilities?
Well, you can customize the house as far as you want. And we kind of encourage people to be as customized as possible because we want you to be happy with, with your choices.
As an architect, I like to make the client happy, and it's my job to make the client happy. And it's just nothing better than to see a happy client, and when the project is all done, you look up and they're happy, I'm happy, and everybody's happy.
Ready for a new custom build, a quick modular home? Visit their website, mbs-nj.com, for more information. Or watch this segment again at designingspaces.tv. A home can be a huge purchase, maybe your biggest ever. And the goal of every homeowner is to make sure when they're ready to move on that their asset is protected and keeps its value.
Marketing strategy is everything while selling your property. Today's buyers do all their search online, and it's very important that your home stand out to the competition. We cover every aspect of the traditional marketing, but we hyper-focus on the digital marketing with video walkthrough and 3D virtual tour of your property to tell a story to all potential buyers. This approach helps buyers to envision themselves in the property and helps them throughout the decision making.
A common misconception sellers have is that staging doesn't matter. They feel that because they love their home in its current condition, that a potential buyer will do the same. However, on a national average, staged homes sell for 87% more than their non-staged counterparts and receive 17% more in sales price. Our first objective is to assess the space and identify key features in the home. Each space we stage is personalized. We showcase our homes by addressing paint colors, furniture, lighting, and accessorizing with art and other knickknacks. Having a vacant home that's not staged is really hard for a buyer to imagine how the space will actually function. When we're staging a home, we're telling a story and we're showing them how the space works and what the flow will be like. When a buyer can imagine themselves in a home, there's a much higher likelihood that they'll be willing to put an offer in and will actually fall in love with the home at the end of the day.
We're a consumer-focused group of professionals, and our main objective is to help buyers and sellers throughout every steps of the transaction. For some, this might be the biggest investment of their life, whether buying, selling, or investing. Our knowledge of over 21 years of experience is what set us apart from the competition.
When it comes time to buy a home, it's all about how you feel when you walk in and the potential you can imagine.
The home buying process is emotional because what a prospective buyer is actually trying to do is find a home that suits their needs and wants, something that they can have a connection with, where they were actually visualize seeing themselves living in that space. What we're seeing now, the latest trend that we're seeing now, that a lot of buyers are leaving the high density properties and whatnot. They're looking for more something like a multifamily home where they can supplement their income, or primarily they're looking for new construction, more like a boutique style building. A lot of them are looking for that outdoor space, or they want to have a backyard, and they want an open floor plan. Well, we're currently in a seller's market, so generally when you're in a seller's market, you will have a lot of competition because you have fewer homes and more buyers. What we do really well on our team is we provide the counseling to help those buyers, one, to alleviate the stress of going into a market where there's a bidding war, but we give them counsel on how to actually achieve the objective of actually acquiring that property.
The emphasis of white glove experience is pretty self-explanatory. It's all about the experience. The consumer hire us for our expertise. Our job is to make the entire process easy and seamless.
If you're looking to buy or sell a home, Team Francesco is here to help. Visit their website, teamfrancesco.com, for more information, or watch this segment again at designingspaces.tv. New York is full of beautiful historic buildings and unique new high-rises, and it's a top priority to preserve both.
Demolition and foundation work is known to emit and create vibration tremors that can affect adjacent structures. In New York City, it's mandatory to perform construction monitoring services. Since 1988, a policy and procedure was created called the TPPN 1088, which states that a monitoring plan must be created to monitor and prevent damages to historical buildings around construction sites.
Saltus office, we have like a response time that's second to none. We'll get calls on a Saturday night at 11 o'clock and we're responding to that call. We're based in New York City, so for our New York City clients, we can be to the job site that day within an hour. If we have guys that are close to the area, we're there.
So at Saltus, we use a variety of technology and instruments. One of them is my favorite, is the seismograph, also known as a vibration monitor. We place these instruments around construction sites, in the basements of surrounding buildings or subway tunnels to make sure that construction activities don't create significant vibrations that might affect these surrounding structures. Vibration monitors are also used for earthquakes, blasting, and even for volcano activity, which is pretty cool. And we're always exploring for new technology to keep things as efficient and as accurate as possible.
By using technology like seismographs, Saltus can measure earth or building vibrations to protect both their client and the people in adjacent structures.
All the equipment we have is capable of being manned or wireless. The wireless capabilities, we used to have to go back weekly to document a crack. Now we can do it daily.
A lot of times we're working alongside existing infrastructure like tunnels, and you need to make sure that these things aren't going to move, or you're going to make sure they're not going to be negatively impacted by the work that's happening next door. We've been working with Saltus for at least 10 years, so it's been over a decade working with them, mostly in New York City. Also have done work with them in New Jersey and also Philadelphia. So we've brought them on projects to take care of pre-construction documentation. So if we have work alongside a subway and we need to know what the condition is the subway is prior to any of our designs being constructed, we've engaged them for that. Oftentimes we've had projects where we have to have ongoing continuous monitoring during the implementation of our designs, and we've hired Saltus for that. There have been times when we've let them know at a moment's notice, and they've been able to show up with 20 to 30 seismographs the next day, and they have folks that are trained to safely enter the tunnels to install the devices. So it's been a good relationship so far, and looking forward to continuing that relationship.
So we protect people in buildings and in construction sites by creating or programming our units with thresholds that, when exceeded, will automatically alert people responsible for the construction activities and can modify such so that we limit the possibility of creating or reaching levels that might cause damage to surrounding properties and structures.
If you'd like more information on Saltus LLC, visit their website, saltusllc.com, or watch this segment again at designingspaces.tv. When you purchase a home, one of the first things you need to do is figure out your homeowner's insurance. And for the average person, that could get really complicated. What company do you choose? What kind of coverage do you need? What about deductibles? These are all questions every homeowner has to think about.
For homeowners insurance, there are several options. The reason they aren't all created equal is there are particular coverages that are excluded from certain policies. You can have different deductibles based on windstorm triggers. So if there's a hurricane that takes place, one person may have a deductible that's only $1,000, the other person may have a deductible that's $50,000. So you really have to pay attention to the specifics in the policy, and that's where, licensed agents and brokers come into play.
Apex Brokerage is a full-service insurance brokerage. We offer commercial lines and personal lines for all different types of exposures: contractors, landlords, homeowners, auto.
So we are approximately 30 years old, and we opened in 1992, first generation in the insurance business. I was appointed by the Superintendent of Insurance in the state of New York to serve on the board of directors for New York Property Insurance Underwriters, one of only 3 in the state. Apex can offer the best, most competitive pricing with the proper coverage. We take customer service to the extreme. We believe that every customer is as valuable as the next. We want to make sure you have the proper coverage. We're not going to sell you something just because it's the right price. We have to make sure it's the right coverage.
With almost 30 years in the insurance business, Apex Brokerage can handle any insurance needs. And Apex knows that when life changes, insurance changes too.
So the reason you really would take an annual review of your policy and look at each policy as it renews is because people's situations change throughout the year. Maybe you've got a new job and you have bigger assets and you need to increase your liability insurance to protect those assets. Maybe you have put in a pool during the year and now you need to make sure that that policy provides coverage for the pool exposure. So you don't want to be caught in a situation after the fact. Insurance is something you can never purchase when you need it. You have to purchase ahead of time and hopefully never have to use it.
Working with a brokerage, we work for the client, where a captive agent works for the company. We are here to serve the client's needs, not the insurance carrier needs.
If you'd like more information on how to get the right insurance policy for your needs, visit their website, apexbrokerageco.com, or watch this segment again at designingspaces.tv. If you're like most people, you spend about a third of each day in bed, and studies show that people who get 7 hours of sleep are less likely to get sick than those who sleep only 5 or 6. Do you know what that means? Having the right mattress is important for your health and well-being. Watch this.
So SHOVLIN Mattress Factory has been located in Union County, New Jersey for almost 50 years. So I've been in the industry since I was 13, and I've seen just about everything. And a lot of these larger manufacturers have decided that there's a one mattress fits all, which isn't accurate. There's different body types, different weights, different ailments, and all of that has to be considered when selecting the perfect mattress.
That's why they manufacture several different types of mattresses.
We've got our traditional innerspring mattresses, which are flippable, kind of like the ones we all grew up on. We've got our hybrids, which is a combination of innerspring and latex. We then have our Nirvana collection, which is a springless mattress, latex and foam. And then we have our organic mattress.
Every mattress that we make here can be adjusted to put on an adjustable base, which is a really nice feature because people seem to enjoy the benefits of having an adjustable base more now than ever.
As far as price points, we've got things in every price range, so we can suit all needs.
Every SHOVLIN mattress is custom built right here behind the showroom.
And we're not an assembly line, so everything is built custom to each customer's need. One of the things we like to do here is give tours. We've had customers come in and watch their mattress be built. We've also brought in groups like the Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts, and we give them a little badge, the factory tour badge, and they get a kick out of it. Not too many people see the behind the scenes.
We take a lot of pride in using materials that are made in the USA. In fact, we source most of our materials as locally as we possibly can, many of them within the tri-state area. And a lot of those are also small businesses, small family businesses just like us, so we like that.
If I'm putting my name on the bed, it's got to hold up, it's got to be quality, it's got to be what the customers want.
All of the foam that we use here is CertiPure US certified, which means that you'll find that it's free of flame retardants, ozone depleters, heavy metals, formaldehydes, and it's also low in VOC emissions, which means you're not going to find it has that funky smell that sometimes comes along with foam, so it's a little extra peace of mind.
They look at a mattress as an investment in their client's health and wellness.
So many good things happen while we sleep. We heal, we recover from workouts, we take the things that we learn during the day and store them into long-term memory, and all that stuff is important. So it's important that we get the kind of deep sleep that's required, and a mattress is going to be really, really helpful for that, to make sure that you're comfortable and you get to sleep well enough through the night so that you're getting all that good restorative sleep that you need.
What's great about being a factory direct is that if somebody is not completely comfortable, we have the ability to pick it up, bring it back in, make an adjustment, make it firmer or softer, and be sure that they're sleeping comfortably. Our refund rate is less than 1%, whereas the industry standard is approximately 17%.
So how do you know it's time for your new mattress?
So you know it's time to change your mattress if you're waking up and your lower back's bothering you and it takes about 20-30 minutes to kind of loosen up. Also, just visually looking at the mattress, if you see any body impressions, clearly it's time to replace it.
We feel really lucky to be able to do what we do. Every mattress that we make is handcrafted specifically for each individual customer, and we feel like that allows us to make an impact in their lives and their health and wellness.
Want to know more about SHOVLIN Mattress Factory? Visit SHOVLINmattress.com or designingspaces.tv. For more information on anything you've seen on today's show, or to be a part of the show, go to our website, designingspaces.tv.